Tonight, there is a train that will depart the station. No electronic board, no warning whistle. And the strangest thing is, it doesn't need to know where it's going. But before you step onto that train, before snow begins to fall thickly beyond an imagined window, before the warm, yellow light trembles softly inside an old wooden carriage, there is only one very small thing you need to do. Allow yourself to rest right now, not tomorrow, not after everything has been sorted out, but now. If you are listening to these words, let your body find the most comfortable position it can. Lie down or lean back. Pull the blanket a little higher. Dim the light around you. There is no need to prepare for sleep. You don't have to try to sleep. You are simply being still. And being still is already enough. Let's begin. Breathe in very slowly, as if you are breathing in the cold air of a winter night. Hold it for just a brief moment, then breathe out even more slowly, letting the breath drift away like a thin ribbon of smoke. Very good. Let's do that again. Breathe in and breathe out. Each time you exhale, you don't need to let go of anything big or dramatic. Simply allow the weight of your body to be placed down. Now, let your attention gently touch the top of your head. No examining, no judging, just noticing. The muscles at the crown of your head slowly soften. Your forehead eases downward. The thoughts from the daytime don't need to disappear. They only need to slow down. Your eyes don't need to stay open to see anything more. They may close or remain softly unfocused. The muscles around your eyes release like a light that has just been turned down. Your jaw loosens, your tongue rests, your shoulders. Those shoulders have carried a long day. They no longer need to hold themselves upright. They can slide down very slowly. Your arms grow heavier, like wood that has absorbed moisture, from the upper arms to the elbows to the wrists to each finger. Those fingers don't need to hold anything, not work, not words, not anyone in your mind. Your chest rises with each inhale, falls with each exhale. And every time you breathe out, you might imagine setting down an invisible burden, perhaps a day that didn't go as planned, perhaps words you never got to say, perhaps the feeling of not being enough. Your belly softens. No need to tighten, no need to control. Your back settles more deeply into the surface beneath you. The feeling of being supported is very real. Your hips, your thighs, your knees, your body grows heavier. Not heavy in a painful way, but heavy in a safe way. Your lower legs, your feet, your small toes, everything is allowed to rest. If any thoughts drift by right now, let them pass like snowflakes outside a window. No need to catch them, no need to chase them away. Just breathe. Breathe in breathe out, you may feel as though you are gently sinking, as if the bed or the chair is holding you just a little more closely. There is nothing you need to do. There is nowhere you need to go. Your body is relearning something very old, how to rest without asking permission. And when that sense of heaviness spreads through you, when your breathing becomes more even, when your heart rate slows without any effort from you, know this: you are ready to listen, ready to drift, ready to step into a story that you don't need to try to follow. Your body is here, safe, supported, and the night train will wait for you very patiently. Just ahead, there are nights when, if you listen long enough, you begin to notice the world growing smaller. The sounds of the daytime retreat. Conversations drift farther away. The roles you've been carrying are set down for a while, like a coat hung behind a door. And before you realize it, you find yourself standing at the edge of another space. Not a dream, not quite imagination, but the place the mind returns to when it is tired. Take a slow breath. Inhale and exhale. Very good. Now, allow yourself to take one small step further. No rush, no need to know where you're going. In front of you is a narrow path, lightly covered with snow. Not slippery, not biting cold, just cool enough to remind you that you are truly here. Tall trees line both sides of the path, dark trunks, branches reaching into the night sky like slow, careful strokes of ink. There is no strong wind, only a very gentle breeze gliding past, brushing softly against your cheek. Then, moving on, you hear the sound of falling snow. Not loud, not hurried. Each snowflake lands, touches a branch, touches the ground, and melts into silence. The sound is so subtle that if you didn't pay attention, you might mistake it for your own breathing. Try breathing in once more, and breathing out. The air here carries a very faint scent, the scent of damp wood, the scent of earth sleeping beneath the snow, the scent of a winter night that no one has disturbed. You don't need to look around much. Your eyes may be open or half closed. The space remains. It doesn't leave. Your feet touch the soft layer of snow, not cold, just gentle, as if the ground has prepared a cushion to receive tired steps. And then, in the distance, you notice a small figure. It's not clear whether it's a person or just a movement, only that it is moving very slowly. A traveler wrapped in a thick coat, head slightly bowed, not rushing, carrying no heavy luggage. Each step the traveler takes seems to merge with the rhythm of the falling snow. You don't need to call out, no need to catch up. Just know this: you are not alone in this space. Let your breath slow just a little more. Breathe in, breathe out. The traveler stops, not because they are tired, but because ahead, a soft glow appears, a yellow light, not bright, not harsh, like the light inside a wooden cabin, or a lamp hanging at a small train station, a place where no one rushes to arrive, and no one is pushed to leave. You don't need to know where it is. Names don't matter. Just feel the warmth gently spreading in your chest, footsteps on the snow. Slow, far away, there's a steady sound, very familiar. Clack, clack, like metal touching metal, like a movement that isn't in a hurry. The sound doesn't come closer right away. It simply exists, like a promise that doesn't need to be kept yet. You don't need to think about what it is. Just let it pass through your ears, like an underground stream. Breathe in, breathe out. The wind softly stirs the branches. The snow falls a little thicker, but it doesn't make you cold. Instead, you feel held, as if the entire forest is keeping quiet for you. The traveler turns and looks at you, says nothing, only nods very gently. A small gesture, but enough for you to understand. You are welcome here. No explanations needed, no reasons required. You can stand here as long as you like. No one is counting time. If you wish, you may sit down on the snow-covered log. The surface is cool, but not cold. Steady, your body automatically relaxes a little more. Your shoulders drop, your breath deepens. There is nothing to finish, no decision to make. Tonight is simply a pause long enough for your mind to stop looking back at the day. If old images appear, let them fade like distant lights behind falling snow. They still exist, but they don't need your attention. Take one more breath, slow, deep. You can feel the stillness spreading, not emptiness, but fullness, full of safety. And when you've grown familiar with this slower rhythm, when your mind has stepped away from the pace of daytime life, when the sound of snow becomes part of your breathing, allow this space to open just a little more. Somewhere, a yellow light is still waiting, and a story is beginning to move very gently, very evenly. That night, the night when everything seemed to have gone beyond what an ordinary person could endure, began in great quiet. Not the kind of quiet that feels peaceful, but the kind that arrives after every sound has said all it can say, leaving only emptiness behind. December 23rd, a small town by Lake Michigan. The cold here is not loud. It doesn't shout. It slips into every fold of clothing, every space between the fingers, like a very slow reminder that winter has truly arrived. The clock hanging on the station wall reads 10:47 p.m. The numbers glow faintly in the yellow light. There is no loudspeaker, no rushing crowd, only snow, snow falling thickly, white everywhere, as if the whole world is being gently covered. So it doesn't have to see too much of today's aching weariness. Anna stands on the platform, 34 years old, wrapped in an old, thick coat, both hands buried deep in her pockets. She carries no suitcase, only a worn cloth bag. Inside, a gray scarf. Her mother knitted it last winter, knitting while coughing, saying softly, "If it's cold, remember to wrap this around your neck." And a small notebook, its pages slightly curled from being opened too many times. Inside are uneven lines of writing, written when she didn't know who to talk to. Today is the worst day of Anna's year. In the morning, a cold meeting room, a long table, a voice without emotion. "We've decided not to renew your contract." No lengthy explanation, no apology, just an announcement read aloud, like tomorrow's weather forecast. The door closes behind her, very softly. At noon, Anna sits alone in her familiar cafe. Her coffee cools beyond the glass window. People pass by, hands carrying gift bags, faces in a hurry. Christmas is very close, and her phone is silent. Not a single message asking how she is, not a single greeting from her former lover, the one who left 8 months ago, without a goodbye. In the afternoon, Anna stops by her mother's house, a small home, the scent of medicated oil. Her mother lies on the couch, running a slight fever from a winter cold. Anna sits down, holds her mother's hand, wants to say so many things. Wants to say she is tired, wants to say she is afraid, wants to say she doesn't know where she will go tomorrow. But then she only smiles and lies very softly. "I'm fine, Mom." Her mother nods, as if she knows, but asks nothing more. And then Anna boards the train. No return ticket, no destination in mind, only knowing that if she stayed one more minute in her small apartment, she would suffocate. The old wooden carriage, the faint scent of machine oil, the smell of damp wood, the scent of time that has passed through many winters. Warm amber lights hang from the ceiling. They tremble gently with each small movement of the train. Outside the window, snow falls without stopping. Snowflakes cling to the glass, melt away, leaving long trails of water, like tears someone doesn't bother to wipe away. Anna chooses a seat by the window, a seat for those who don't want to be seen. She sits down, leans back. The train trembles lightly. No whistle, no station announcement, only a very small click, and then everything begins to drift. Anna rests her head against the freezing glass. Her breath fogs the window, then clears when she pauses her breath for a moment. Today, she has lost her job, lost her patience with herself, lost even the belief that everything will be okay. And strangely, when she admits she has lost, she feels lighter, light like the snow outside, not needing to know where it will land. Just falling is enough. Clack, clack. Steel wheels roll along, snow-covered tracks, very steady, very slow, Anna closes her eyes. She doesn't try to remember her boss's words, doesn't try to think about what to do tomorrow. She simply lets those thoughts fall out of her mind, fall onto the floor of the carriage, and be carried away by the rocking motion. Clack, thump. Her heart, at first still fast, begins to slow. Clack, thump. The two rhythms gradually blend into one, no longer able to tell which is the train's rhythm and which is her heartbeat. Outside the window, dark pine forests appear, then fade into the white curtain of snow. From time to time, a yellow light from a small house beside the tracks flickers past like a quiet greeting. I know you're tired. Rest for a while. Anna smiles, very softly, a smile meant for no one, only for herself. She thinks, perhaps not every journey needs a clear destination. Some journeys are only to leave the old place, only to move, only to drift for a while, without being responsible to anyone, even to herself. Today, she did not win. Today she didn't arrive anywhere at all. And that is okay. The light inside the carriage softens, as if someone is drawing a curtain over the entire world. Snow continues to fall, thick, white. The scarf her mother knitted slips gently down her shoulder. Warm, like an old embrace, Anna sinks deeper into the wooden seat. She thinks nothing more, only rhythm remains. The rhythm of the train, the rhythm of her heart, and a very soft, very even breath. Then everything fades. Anna sleeps. The train continues through the winter night. No need to know which station it will stop at. No need to know what tomorrow will be like. Only to carry her far away from the things that hurt her today. And there is a very fragile moment, so fragile that if you try to name it, it disappears at once. That moment comes after the story has said all it needs to say, after the train has rolled steadily through the night, after Anna has fallen asleep. Now, you are no longer sitting and listening. You are inside. Let your breath slow a little. Breathe in and breathe out very gently. You are still on that wooden carriage. The yellow light no longer trembles clearly. It softens, like light filtered through closed eyelids. The sound of the wheels on the tracks is no longer a distinct clack, clack. It becomes a low, continuous hum, steady and distant, like the sound of waves heard far beneath the water. At this moment, you no longer see Anna sitting across from you, because you realize something very natural. You are the one resting against that cold window. The glass fogged by breath is fogged by your breath. The warm scarf on your shoulders belongs to no one in particular anymore. It is the feeling of being protected, very familiar, very old. You don't need to remember how tiring today was. Those images already know how to retreat. They are like the scenery outside the window, still there, but passing very quickly. Let your body slide a little deeper still. not falling, but being held. Your back is fully embraced by the wooden seat, your shoulders completely released. Your breath flows in without resistance. Your breath flows out without effort. If you notice now that the boundary between listening and sleeping is no longer clear, that is a very good sign. You are entering the in-between space. In this space, there is no need to understand, no need to remember, only to be present. Outside the window, snow keeps falling, but you no longer feel cold. The snow no longer touches your skin. It touches memory. Heavy memories are covered with a soft white layer, not erased, just softened. In the distance, a pine forest appears, dark, still, and then the train slows, not stopping completely, just slowing until movement nearly dissolves. You don't hear the brakes. There is no jolt, only everything becoming lighter, like the moment just before you sink into deep sleep and no longer notice how you are breathing. Let me whisper this to you. If there is any final thought remaining, let it fall, like the last leaf of the season falling from its branch. No regret, no holding on. The leaf touches the ground and rests, just like you, resting within yourself. Now, you are no longer a passenger, no longer a traveler. You are a pause between two rhythms of life, a pause with no destination. If any sound still echoes, let it dissolve into your heartbeat. Thump, thump, very steady, very safe. Your body knows what to do. It has done this thousands of times before. It knows how to sleep. It knows how to heal itself. You need no further guidance. If I asked where you are right now, you might not be able to answer, and that is perfect, because you don't need to be anywhere. You simply need to be, to breathe, to lie still, to dissolve into this quiet. The yellow light dims a little more, as if someone has drawn the final curtain. The train, the forest, the snow, all begin to merge. No clear shapes remain, only sensation, the sensation of being held. If any words still echo within you, let them be very slow, very distant. You don't need to hear them clearly. Just know this. You are exactly where you need to be right now, and as the boundary between waking and dreaming thins like mist, let yourself drift on. No need to hold on, no need to try. Sleep is waiting just ahead, very gentle, very patient, and then all movement learns how to rest. There is no longer a story to follow, no images to hold. The night train still rolls somewhere in memory, but its sound has dissolved, soft, even, like a very deep breath. Notice your breathing now. No need to adjust it, no need to lengthen or shorten it. Simply feel your breath finding its own way. Breathe in, soft, breathe out, slow. Between the two, there is a small pause, and within that pause, everything is okay. Your body has fully let go. No tension in your forehead, no holding in your shoulders, no heaviness in your chest. The wooden seat of the train or the bed you are lying on no longer feel different. All are places to rest. If a faint image drifts through your mind, perhaps snow falling slowly beyond a window, perhaps yellow lights receding behind the train, let it pass. No need to follow it. Sleep does not need images. Sleep only needs permission, and you have already given it. Your heartbeat steady, your breath steady, no longer separating outside sounds from inside sounds. All becomes one, like snow blending into night. If one final thought passes by, let it be very light, like a whisper. Today is finished. You don't need to judge it as good or bad. You don't need to fix anything. Just allow it to close, like a train door closing very softly, without a sound. You are being held by this quiet space, by your own breath, by the natural rhythm your body has always remembered. Sleep now. Sleep deeply. No dreams, no worries. The train with no destination continues on, but you no longer need to follow it. You have been set down. Sleep deeply. Sleep deeply. Everything that needs doing will know how to wait until morning. Tonight is for rest. If tomorrow morning when you wake, you notice you slept a little deeper, your heart a little lighter, come back here. A gentle touch on the like button, a single follow of the channel, just like a quiet greeting between those who cherish peace. And now, you don't need to remember that. Return to your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Sleep now. Sleep well. Everything is at rest.